This is what happens when you decide to disconnect from the narcissist. Breakdown of narcissist. Hey everyone, if you've been dealing with a strongly narcissistic person for a while now, you've probably reached a point where you're asking yourself a crucial question. Is it time for me to disconnect from this person? It's a tough question, and there's no one-size-fits-all answer because everyone's situation is unique. But here's the thing. Working with someone with a strong character disorder, like narcissism, is not the same as dealing with someone who has a mood disorder. These individuals have deep-rooted pathology that's hardwired into their personality, making it incredibly challenging for them to change. So in today's video, I want to help you navigate this difficult decision by asking you 12 thought-provoking questions. These questions will help you assess your situation and gain clarity on whether it's time to disconnect from the narcissist in your life. We'll dive deep into understanding the dynamics at play with narcissists and explore what steps you can take to prioritize your well-being. So, grab a pen and paper if you'd like to jot down these questions, and let's get started. Let's go through some questions here and create a personal checklist. First off, do you feel like the narcissist always has a set plan for you in many situations? Next, when you have a different opinion, does the narcissist demand that you agree with them? Then, as you express your thoughts, do they dismiss you because of your differences? Have you endured hurtful insults or nasty comments from them? That's a big one. Do you often find yourself carefully choosing your words or actions around them? Notice any big differences between what they say and what they do. Do you get pulled into pointless arguments that just go in circles? Has their anger ever turned really destructive and disrespectful? Have you caught them sabotaging you behind your back? Have you ever felt taken advantage of or manipulated by them? Do they keep secrets and dodge questions easily? And finally, have they consistently violated your personal boundaries, beliefs, or standards? Now, each of these on its own is a red flag. But if you find yourself answering yes to most of these questions, that's a problem. Something's not right, and you need to figure out what's going on so you can make a plan. You deserve better than this. Now, you can't change someone with a personality disorder who's set in their ways, but it's important to understand who you're dealing with and be honest about their qualities. Alright, let's talk about what sets up a narcissist and their relationships for failure. These folks bring a whole mix of stuff into their relationships with you. First off, remember, when you're dealing with a narcissist, you're dealing with someone who's putting on a front. Got it. They're not really in touch with who they truly are. There's a whole other side to them, a shadow self, filled with fears, hurts, anger, and disillusionment. They'd rather not face that. They'd rather pretend everything's just fine. But when someone's wearing a mask like that, they're not going to make much progress in terms of personal growth. And if, by some chance, that mask slips, maybe because you've seen something they'd rather you hadn't, or they're feeling a bit weak or vulnerable, they'll quickly put it back on. They're terrified of the idea of you getting close and being honest and open with them. That kind of intimacy scares them senseless. They just can't handle it. Let's delve a bit deeper into this. You're dealing with someone who's emotionally needy, but they don't express it straightforwardly. Instead, they use control tactics. Why? Because they want you to make them feel better, boost their ego, and validate them. But beneath that neediness lies deep insecurity. They avoid self-reflection like the plague and resort to manipulation instead. They'll hit you with probing questions, lay on guilt trips, and openly question your thoughts and actions. Their goal? To make you doubt yourself and question your reality, a classic gaslighting move. Moreover, their reasoning skills are flimsy. Challenge them with a logical argument, and they'll quickly switch gears to raw emotion. Why? Because emotions derail the conversation, steering it away from facts and logic. It's their way of avoiding facing the truth about themselves. They've got more than just a temper problem. Sure, they struggle to handle their anger properly. Anger can be healthy when it's expressed constructively, like saying, "Let's talk about what's bothering us so we can move forward." But with them, it's a whole different story. Their anger isn't about healing, it's about causing distress. Each outburst chips away at the relationship's foundation. And let's talk about empathy, or the lack thereof. Narcissists don't have an us mentality. You've probably heard that narcissism means they lack empathy, and boy, does it show the longer you're around them. They're not interested in getting to know you because that would mean treating you as an equal, forming a real emotional connection. But that's not on their agenda. They see it as giving up their power, something they're not willing to do because, frankly, they've never bothered to learn how. They're too focused on themselves to care about anyone else's feelings. It's all about them all the time. Then there's the issue of what I call psychological laziness. These folks don't bother to think things through. Some of them can't even analyze situations properly. And even if they can, they just say, "That's your job, not mine." Plus, as I mentioned in those questions earlier, they have zero respect for personal boundaries. It's all about them invading your space and taking charge. Frustrating, right? You want freedom to be your own person, but the narcissist insists, "Nope, you do what I say." So you start wondering, is it time to cut ties? Let's unpack that idea. For some, it means completely cutting off contact and never looking back. Sometimes that's not feasible due to circumstances, but let's explore what disconnecting might involve. Let's start by shifting your mindset to what I call mind over emotion. Sure, it's essential to acknowledge your feelings and desires, but it's equally important to look at the cold, hard facts. What does reality tell you? Next, as you distance yourself, accept that the narcissist will never understand or care about you. They're not interested in your thoughts or values, so stop trying to make them see your perspective. That's part of the disconnection process. Furthermore, instead of conforming to the narcissist's expectations, focus on defining your own healthy personality. What do you value? What are your preferences? Embrace the fact that the narcissist won't be part of your inner circle. You may wish they were, but that's just not going to happen. Let go of the need to justify yourself or explain why you're valid. You've tried, and it's clear it won't work. Try to keep your distance from the narcissist as much as possible. Consider what the smartest move for you is. Maybe it means keeping interactions with them minimal, adopting a grey rock approach where you're emotionally unresponsive, or perhaps it's best to cut them out of your life entirely, even if it comes with a price. When the narcissist catches wind of your intentions, they'll likely express their disapproval in various ways. Acknowledge their displeasure but stand firm in your decision. Let them know that you've recognized you're not compatible and that it's best for both of you to part ways. Ultimately, you need to take control of your life, because if you don't, the narcissist will gladly take charge, and it won't lead to anything positive. I trust that this discussion has sparked some meaningful reflections for you. I understand that disconnecting can be challenging, and there are various ways to approach it. If you haven't already, please consider hitting the subscribe button to stay updated with our upcoming videos. We'll continue to explore different perspectives and angles together. My wish for you is to cultivate a life filled with peace, dignity, and stability. It may entail making significant adjustments, but I hope you're committed to prioritizing your peace above all else. Your journey towards inner peace is invaluable, and I'm here to support you every step of the way. Don't forget to like, comment, and share your thoughts below. And for further guidance on your journey, check out the free book and one-on-one consultation link in the description. Thank you for being part of this community, and remember, your pursuit of peace is worth it.